Hi there, it's Kevin with Roguedeckbuilder.com here with match number 1. I don't know if we'll do many matches with this, with the Mono Red Storm. Yes, I'd like to play first. That always seems to be good. And this is a very keepable hand. We have the Pyromancer Ascension and the Locket. So this could be... The thing is that I'm sure this deck can be shut down very easily. I don't have a sideboard built for it, for the anti-storm type cards. So I think the right play here is just to lock it, and we'll save the Cataxian Probe for... possibly when the Pyromancer's Ascension is online. So Locket yesterday will come out, and my opponent looks like he has to read it. I didn't know this card existed. I was just brewing basically around a lot of legacy cards, and I was looking for cheap artifacts and came across this Locket of yesterday's. So we'll see what we're up against. Hopefully we're up against something that doesn't interact with us. Not like a Hate Bears deck or whatnot. Anything can shut us down as far as casting multiple cards. Splinter Twin would be a little bit of a problem. A first turn like Spell Snare. Blackcliff Cliffs, I hope if it's Jund, I'm in a... Yeah, Jund could be a bit of an issue. If he gets my Pyromancer's Ascension here, I could be hurting. But one thing I did do is I did add... Whoop, there's my legacy deck. There's this sexy legacy deck that kills on turn 1 very consistently. Let's see here. Let's go back to the Mono Red Storm. I did add some Blood Moons here in the sideboard. Just as I thought, oh, I'll throw Blood Moons in for some sort of sideboard cards. Wait on our opponent to decide what he wants to do. And it's going to be a Faithless Looting, so it's probably going to be Bridge from Below? That's something I can... No, it's a Storm of his... Yeah, this is interesting. I wonder what it is. Usually if it's Blackcliff Cliffs, so it is like the Bridge from Below type deck. And they do use Serum Visions usually in that, I believe. But we'll see what happens. Alright, so we will go Pyromancer's Ascension here. I'm going to go ahead and look at his hand, see what we're up against. And, oh no, it's Goryo's Vengeance. Yuck. Yuck, 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 because I can't really interact with him, and he's usually faster than me. So let's pray for whatever reason. I don't think he can actually kill me next turn, so there's a Manamorphose. So what we need to draw into is our loot spells. Another Manamorphose would be Clutch. Again, I really don't have many ways to handle him. The good news is he doesn't have a lot of basic lands, so Blood Moon could actually just shut him down, which I will bring it in. And he's going to Faithless Loot again. But Faithless Looting is kind of their engine to actually chuck something in the graveyard as well. So if he somehow can't get his Gristlebrand into the graveyard as quick as he wants to, if he's having to use these Faithless Lootings to actually figure out or to actually get some cards, then he could be in a world of hurt. So let's just hope that we get something. Like a Faithless Looting would be good, a Goblin Lord would be good. A Past in Flames might be okay. Because we can generate... No, we can't. We can't generate enough for the Past in Flames. So we want a loot card for sure. So interesting, it's another Blood Crypt. So is he going to Thoughtseize Inquisition me, something like that? Yeah, he's going to Thoughtseize me here. Of course, the Manamorphose is his Clutch to take. And we're way behind here, as we need to find something here that will actually find us cards. And it's a Pyretic Ritual. That's not going to do it. Again, hopefully we can find a Reforge the Soul or a Pass in Flames. Or a Faithless Looting even. And we'll try to win on turn 4. Now, in testing, it was pretty consistent on turn 4. I'm not quite sure... Well, most of the time in testing, though, I did have a loot card. I mean, we have 4 Goblin Lores. We have 4 Faithless Lootings. We have 4... Reforge the Souls. So, I mean, those are the clutch cards since we aren't running Serum Visions or the Sleight of Hand. Okay, so if he... getting pretty lucky that he has all his Faithless Lootings. I mean, he had a pretty decent hand. But no Crystal Brand again, though. So, he's got the Goryo's Vengeance in the deck. This could help him out. And I hate to do this. But I'm thinking we need to. This will get the Goryo's Vengeance out of his hand. It's going to fill him back up, though. That's the only problem. But I'm pretty certain we can go off here. Now, do I need to use mana here? I don't believe I do. We can just move on to the main phase here. And I can drop the Pyretic Ritual for just 1 mana. Which is going to duplicate these spells. I don't have a Desperate in the graveyard, so it's pointless to. Well, we can splice this one, though. No, we can't. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. So this is going to give us 6 mana. And actually, even it's going to copy it as well. Which gives us 12 mana. Yeah, good luck coming back from this. So I'll cast the Locket. We'll cast this Desperate Ritual. So now we'll reforge the soul here. And it copies it twice. We can actually mill him out. And do I want to do anything? I will exile this guy. And yeah, everything else is sorcery speed, so let's see. So Emrakul must have gone back into his. So yeah, I can't mill him out. And did we just flat out miss? No, there's Past in Flames. Okay, so Pyromancer Ascension can come out here. We can Past in Flames here. And so, yeah, it shuffled everything back into his library. And then we have all these goodies. That we'll be able to storm through him. So, let's see here. Pyretic Ritual. And Pyretic Ritual. I don't know how many times I have to yield to these things before MTGO will actually do it. Okay, so then we have Pyretic Ritual. And I guess I should be keeping track of my storm count. Don't know why he just doesn't concede here. And we have well, let's cast these guys for storm count. Faithless Looting, sure, why not? We'll just find the other grape shot so that I know that it will be enough. Should be here in a second, the other grape shot. You used to keep track of the storm count. I wonder if it's a setting on here. And we'll see what we're at with grape shot. Yeah, it's well beyond 16. There we go. Alright, so I'm just going to bring in Blood Moon. That's the only thing I'm going to bring in versus him. I really don't think anything else is very good. And if that's the case, we'll just get rid of these Goblin Lures. And that's all I'm going to change, because Young Pyromancers, I think you would bring those in against things that you need to... Like any sort of deck that tries to get rid of your strategy. You just go Young Pyromancer, and then you just beat them down with a bunch of elemental tokens. Gutter Snipe, I don't even know why. Again, I don't really have a sideboard besides Blood Moon. So, traditionally, I know Storm does have a sideboard to answer any threats that, like, if they have a Leyline of Sanctity, of course you have to deal with that. And... like, or Leyline of the Void. I'm trying to think. I think they do have some sort of way to bounce them, Echoing Truth or something. And then they can go off. But we'll have to wait and see what he brings in. Because probably I could just go... Like, the reason I want to use all four of these is for the Locket. I mean, Locket's just so cool with, like, Gutter Snipe. If you mill one first turn, like you go first turn Faithless Looting and mill a Gutter Snipe, you go turn 2 Gutter Snipe. And, well, no, you couldn't because Locket. I guess if you milled 2 Gutter Snipes, you could lock it and then cast it for 1. But then, like, if you get out an earlier Gutter Snipe and still have the ability to cast the mana with it, or cast spells after it, then you can, go for some pretty quick kills. So maybe I would just want a one of. I don't know. This is going to definitely take some testing to see what cards are good and what cards are not good. Alright, this is an interesting hand. I think we do keep it because it can get really, really disgusting really quickly if I do get a few cards here and there. I'm not... Again, Simian Spirit Guide is something I'm messing around with as well. So there's the Pyromancer's Ascension. And I do believe we go for a first turn so you can't Inquisition it. Now, this Goryo's Vengeance is one of the fastest decks in the entire format for kills. It can go first turn Faithless Looting, second turn Goryo's Vengeance into a Gristlebrand, and then they give it haste by removing 2 red cards out of their hand instead of paying a casting cost. I think it's called Through the Breach. I'm not sure exactly if that's the right card or not. And then they're able to attack the Gristlebrand and then draw a ton of cards. And so this is kind of combo versus combo. I would like to test this against a non-combo deck to see how well it works. But again, it was a 4th turn kill. That was very typical for what regular Storm does, is 3rd or 4th turn. Alright, so he's going to slate a hand. He's going to search for his stuff. He's the Inquisition. Again, Inquisition doesn't hurt me too badly. It's mainly in his deck to... I'm glad I did what I did. It's mainly in his deck to prevent other decks from taking out his combo. And he could just have the combo. He did have to mulligan though, and he did have to use an Inquisition on me, so it's almost like double mulling with the deck. It did slow me down with the Manamorphose gone. But I'm still okay if I draw into... Yeah, I actually need a lot of help here. It's going to at least turn 4 with this one, with him getting rid of that Manamorphose before I can go off. Oh, wow. That is so tempting. But I don't know if at this point I can fill up his hand. Because if I get rid of my Seeming Spirit Guide, we reforge the soul, and I put one out. No, I'm not going to miracle that. It's just going to be used if I can somehow ramp up to it. That was way too risky to give him a full new hand, and maybe I should have. I just don't feel like his hand is... I think with the Slate of hand, he went and grabbed an Inquisition. I mean, he could steal Faithless Looting, Goryo's Vengeance, I lose. But I really think he's got a weaker hand. I don't want to fill his hand back up. And that's going to be okay. We missed the land drop. A land drop would have been better. What I need to hit is a Manamorphose. That would be the best thing in the entire world. Because that will allow us to ramp up to what we need. And let's see if he's got the Goryo's Vengeance, Faithless Looting. And he does not. It's through the breach. You may put a creature card from your hand on the battlefield against haste. Okay, so it's not that one, the one that gives... So he's still looking. Again, I don't think that Reforging the Soul is... Maybe that's the card I should have taken out. Well, we're going to try to go off. I don't know how well it's going to do to go off. We have a lot of sorcery speed cards. But this is going to give us 1 mana. Yeah, giving him a new hand, that's risky. But it's going to give us 4 mana off the bat to hopefully do nothing with. Yeah, that's ugh. At least we get a look though. I gotta let this go. Wasn't a very good. And Seaward is dead here by looking at his hand. Oh no! Look at that. Inquisition, Thoughtseize, Slate a hand. I mean, he's got one little... That was a terrible little draw for him. There's another Locket. Pyretic Ritual I have not used yet. Grape Shot, Desperate. It's Desperate that I've used. So... I think we use Faithless Looting here. And we discard a Locket at this point and a Mountain. And I could have played that Locket for... No, I couldn't have. I didn't have one. If we draw into another Locket, I can play that one for free. That's just so cool about, like, first turn discarding actual Locket if you have another one. And then you can play it for free. No, you have to have one in play. Never mind. I am not speaking coherently. Alright, so he's got 1 turn to kind of slate a hand and try to find something. And he really can. Thoughtseize like crazy, though. Actually, he's okay because he just Thoughtseizes, 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 Thoughtseizes. He has 3. He gets rid of my hand here. But, I mean, the good news is if he takes this Past in Flames... Yeah, he can take everything, right? He had Thoughtseize, Thoughtseizes, Thoughtseize Inquisition in his hand. So he can take all of these. But then if he takes them all, I get a Past in Flames for 4. Yeah, ugh. That's not going to go over well. I need to draw into a mana-producing spell. But 2 of his Through the Breaches are gone. And now we're into top deck mode for sure. Locket I can just play for free, or I can Faithless Looting it away. Which I believe I Faithless Looting it away at this moment. And we might be okay now. How much can I generate? We do have a Desperate Ritual in the graveyard, so this will generate up to 5 mana. I think we go off here. Because this is actually going to cost 1 less. It generates 3 mana. No, we need 1 more turn. Maybe Locket was just better. And I'm not sure if he had another Inquisition. No, he's out of Inquisitions. No, 1 more Inquisition. He's a Flashback Faithless Looting. And if he's discarding Gristlebrand, then he probably has it. No! Whoa! We are very lucky here. So he's got 1 draw to find the Goryo's Vengeance. Well, he Thoughtseizes it out. That's annoying. But there's so many top decks that just plain win right here. Anything that produces any sort of mana, like this guy, is good game. And yeah, we can play this, because now we can Pass in Flames. Oh, I could have Passed in Flames for cheaper last turn, because I had 2 of them in my graveyard. That's silly. I was silly. I had it last turn. Because I didn't realize I had 2 of them in my graveyard. And now we have the Storm on board. So here we go. Do I have a Grape Shot even in my hand? It doesn't even matter because it is game. Let's just look at our graveyard here. I'll pull it up out of here. It's easier to see. So we can Pyretic Ritual. We can Taxian Probe him. We can Blood Moon him and just shut him out that way. We can Desperate Ritual. We can get Taxian Probe again. Faithless Looting. which finds us Desperate Ritual, Poetic Ritual. We have another Faithless Looting, ×2. Get rid of all these mountains. Where's the other Grape Shot at? I think we're okay, though. There it is. And we're at 15, so same targets. And we do way overkill. And that is a wrap. Hope you enjoyed this match. I'm sorry about how cluttered I was and discombobulated. Kevin with Roguedeckbuilder.com. Thanks for watching.